This is a propaganda machine. He has a lot of money. He hired a very expensive attorney. It's not unrealistic to think that there is a PR machine behind a lot of this and hoping that it will snowball and become public opinion. So I do think that this is possible. Now, there are some things I'm going to share with you today that I cannot confirm because the LAPD is not verifying anything. So I'm going to be very clear when there is a speculation happening. So everything I'm sharing is my opinion. This video is for adults only. Viewer discretion is advised. So I believe that David did allegedly do this crime. I believe he was fantasizing about it. I think he was dreaming about it. I think, as I shared with you in past live streams, I think he hates women. I think he hates girls. So was David using Celeste, any portion of Celeste, in these t-shirts? So this is a speculation alert. The Los Angeles PD is reportedly investigating a rumor that pop star David Anthony Burke, using some portion of Celeste's blood in the red paint. Now, people were saying, yeah, but if he used it, it would turn it brown. It depends how much. If it was just a little bit, it wouldn't turn all kinds of red paint brown. Shirts were part of David's tour merchandise. I think it's kind of gross in light of what we know now. And was touring around the country with caskets, and that he was making himself. So he was really into this. He abruptly removed these shirts from his website the day before the FBI executed a search warrant on his $28,000 a month rental property in the Hollywood Hills. But he was selling these white button-down shirts splattered with red paint that was supposed to be blood for $35 on his site. Now, according to reports, contacted fans, so the LAPD is investigating this, who purchased these shirts to test it for forensic evidence. So is this one of the reasons? I think there's multiple reasons, but is this one of the reasons that we are in a holding pattern in relation to David? Now, unlike most tour merchandise, which is mass manufactured and mass printed, so it would be from another country like China, David hand printed these shirts himself using the red paint or whatever he was using. I'm assuming just some type of red paint, clothing. And this photograph on Instagram shows him wearing his black bonnet while hand printing the shirt on a black tarp in his living room. Now, in a live stream video, David is seen in the same living room holding a knife that was used by hunters to animals. Police believe that that Celeste had been in the trunk for, we are only hearing plural weeks. We don't know how many weeks. Then we're going to talk more about the timeline in just a second. But parking tickets show that someone moved that Tesla several times. The one time that we know about is, according to SF Investigator, he's a private investigator named Steve Fischer, who was hired by the mansion owner. The LAPD is in possession of a video that shows the driver who parked David's Tesla for the final time before David went on tour. We're also hearing rumors now that there was a black SUV following this black Tesla. And we heard Steve Fischer use the word they in the Ashley Banfield, right? He didn't say she, he said they. So was there more than one person involved? And so the internet is absolutely on fire to talk about Neo. So who is Neo? Well, this is Neo with David. David's wearing his bonnet. Here he is again. And we're going to talk more about who Neo was and what he's linked to David just a second. But I want to go back to SF Investigate. So we were thinking this whole time, and I do think this is part of it, that the police were asking for patience for forensic work to continue. We know toxicology and lab testing can take 8 weeks. So detectives are also mapping vehicle movements, canvassing cameras. Oh, and I found out who the red Tesla belongs to. We're going to talk about that too. And reviewing other digital evidence common to modern cars. Now, SF Investigates went on Law and Crime. Okay, he went on with Jesse Weber. Maybe I can get it to open. Let's try one more time. Let's try this. Yeah. Okay, there we go. He went on with Jesse Weber onto Law and Crime. And he said, and I have everything timestamped, 4 minutes in, let's see,
at this point officially as a suspect or even a person of interest. The internet started connecting the dots, or seemingly connecting alleged dots, between David and Celeste. Screenshots from Discord chats, live stream clips, old photos started circulating, all suggesting that they had been in contact. Maybe they were even in some kind of relationship. TMZ had reported those that were close to David thought that Celeste was 19 years old, that maybe there was a relationship going on, and fans have pointed out that both she and David had that same small shh tattoo on their fingers.
Okay, so that's a great synopsis. Let's go just a few minutes in. So SF Investigates comes on, and 15 minutes in, he starts talking, says that the car Tesla was parked and there was security footage. Let me refresh this. From the mansion.
First off, Steve,
there was security footage from the mansion, and so he had never seen. So he said that he spoke with the security company. He has never seen the security footage. So I just want to make that clear. Steve Fischer from SF Investigates never saw the security footage. The LAPD got there first, but there was a DVD with the security camera footage of them from the mansion on it. So he's never seen it. He also, Steve Fischer, called the security company, and he does believe that the security cameras were going to show law enforcement certain things. And he said that he does believe the cameras were active. Now, this doesn't mean that somebody didn't go in and erase some of the camera footage, but he said that there had been a failure. There was, when law enforcement executed the warrant, he said that there was a, quote, low power failure when authorities served the search warrant and unplugged the security camera. So they were active. So this does not mean that somebody didn't get in there and wipe or erase part of the security camera footage, but it does sound like the security camera footage was active. Now, Steve Fischer said he did not know if any of the security cameras were covered or blocked. And the reason that he brings this up is because he said that the smoke detectors were covered inside the house. So let's go to this little clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm assuming some of you guys have watched it. I'm just going to play a couple things that jumped out to me.
That footage as a, quote, potential gold mine for investigators. And the question becomes, did you see anyone going into or leaving that property after the Tesla was there? So after the Tesla with Celeste's body inside is there, can you tell us you saw people coming in and out of that property before the search warrant?
No, not from the time that the Tesla was left. So from the time the Tesla was left there, he literally immediately started the tour. There was a tour.
Okay, that's very, very clear. From where the Tesla was left, and we know the Tesla, if you're thinking about where the mansion is, it's right here, right in this square, right? I'm making a square. I've got the mansion here. The Tesla was left around one corner and around the second corner. So two corners on Bluebird Avenue. The Tesla was here. The house was here. So he said he doesn't, let's listen in. He says he doesn't know if the security cameras were blocked or covered. And the reason he doesn't know this is he said that they had smoke detectors covered and blocked. So it is possible that the security cameras were going. Let's listen in.
Bus that was leased. And I'll tell you that Tesla was moved and literally a bus departed for tour.
Okay. Talked about things that might have been taken from the house, things that you handed over to LAPD. Is there anything you can share with us about what that information may be?
You know, thing that you just brought up, and I guess which TMZ reported on, the security system. The house has got a very sophisticated security system, not just with cameras, but with sensors and all types of things. It all records to a DVR. And for privacy reasons, the owner, when he leased the house, said, you know, the system that's in the house and you can use whatever functions you want on it. That's not something that then the owner could access. So we don't know if the cameras were enabled or not enabled. But if they were, it wouldn't just be cameras. It would be, we'd know anytime anybody came and went from the house, anytime anybody opened a window, everything, if they kept it like it was. But we don't.
Okay, if they kept it like it was, and it seems unlikely that David would have, in my opinion, changed the security system. However, he might have wiped some of it. So the law enforcement did get the DVD with all of the security information on it. But what SF Investigate got his hands on was he said that he's got people coming to him with videos that they took using their own phones, right? They were using their own phones inside the house, and they have footage of him inside the house at parties. They have pictures from parties. So he has some of that information. He said thousands of images that he's been able to gather.
Came in and took that whole DVR. They took the entire system, which you would expect. And I've talked to the security company that installed the system, and they've told me it was set up. We think it was probably running because there's limited alerts that the security guy can see, which is stuff like if there's a major failure. And there was a low power failure warning that triggered right when they were executing the search warrant. And I think that's when they unplugged the system. So there's reason to believe that the system was running. Whether the cameras were covered or not, I don't know. I can tell you that some of the smoke sensors in the house were covered, and that's probably because maybe I don't know what they were doing in the house. So the cameras might have been covered as well.
Okay. SF Investigates, Steve Fischer, also says that they do not have any proof that Celeste was inside the house. He's gone through images and videos from other people, and it looks like all the camera photos. And so this is cameras from other people's cameras, right? They're bringing him their footage from their cameras and also images. So he probably downloaded some stuff from social media, but he doesn't have pictures of Celeste inside the mansion with David. But I want to give that information to you with this caveat. Okay. Who hired Steve Fischer? The mansion owner. Okay. I'm not saying that this is true or untrue. I just want to give it to you with the caveat that the mansion owner hired Steve Fischer because having Celeste inside that house, if she was done away with inside that house, would devalue the property. Right. So it's in the mansion's owner best interest if crime could have happened somewhere else. So I just want to share with you the information that we're getting. I'm not saying Steve Fischer isn't telling the truth or anything like that.